So if you think about code, C-O-D, your brain code, these are the four animals. The C, because I make everything an acronym, is the cheetah. And the cheetah, the defining trait is action. They there's an idea, they learn something, and they put it into action right away. They have very strong intuition. They adapt very quickly. They thrive in fast-paced environments. The O in code are your owls, very logical. So these are people who love data. They love facts and figures and the information. They do their research. And again, we're a combination of this. The D in code are your dolphins, and these are your creatives. They can maybe even see a future that other people can't yet see, or their business, like a Disney kind of thing, or J.K. Rowling's, where they have this vision. They're very creative. They're strong with pattern recognition. And then finally, the E are your elephants, and their defining trait is empathy. And these are your community builders. These are your people who have high levels of empathy and compassion, strong interpersonal skills. Let's give a reference point for everybody. If you take something like Friends, right, the sitcom, Ross would be an owl. The professor, the scientist, does a lot of research. Phoebe would be the creative dolphin, expresses through music and, and very passionate about her arts. Joey would be the cheetah, because in the moment he goes into it and he acts and he goes on his intuition and he just adapts. I would think Monica would be the community builder, always wants to host everything at her apartment. She's the elephant, right? And so you can see this in Star Trek and Star Wars and Game of Thrones and Harry Potter. You could put everybody in these categories. And again, the menu is not the meal. It just gives you some distinctions. When people take the quiz in the book, you'll get a personalized report. Understanding your brain animal and the animals around you could greatly accelerate the velocity with less friction and conflict, because it's not how smart you are, it's how are you smart. It's not how smart your kids are, it's how are they smart. And it just gets a different perspective in terms of, like, there's a scene in Matrix where Neo goes to see the Oracle for the very first time in her kitchen. And I think most people miss this, but there was a sign above the door that Neo walked into the kitchen. It says, "Know yourself." And I feel like that's why people do things like they go to therapy, or they go to 40 years of Zen, or they do plant medicine, or they get to know themselves, right? To meditate or whatever introspection that they do. And I think we need the curiosity to know yourself, because self-awareness is a superpower. And then I think on the other side, once you have the curiosity to know yourself, you need the courage to be yourself in a world full of other people's opinions and their expectations, like, because who cares? Because if we're fueling, if that's the fuel of our life, we're going to certainly run out of gas, right? But it's a different skill set to be that person. Once you get to kind of know yourself and what you stand for and who you are and your identity and all that.
You're listening to The Human Upgrade with Dave Asprey.